and you keep on updating it, isn't it? The Director General, Zambia Information and Communication Technology Authority, Engineer Collins Mbulo, represented by Manager, Consumer Affairs, Edika Mlauz. The President of the Library and Information Association of Zambia, Mrs. Mutinta Nabuyanda, Assistant Director, Zambia Library Services, Mrs. Sharon Musha Riato. Principal Dalise, Dr. Kashumba, you have spoken well. Library and Information Association of Zambia Liaise Executive Committee members, I recognize you. Government officials present, should I say distinguished library and information professionals, highly esteemed sponsors of this conference, I recognize you. Our all-weather friends in the media, I also recognize you. Ladies and gentlemen, should I say good afternoon if my time is correct? It's still morning, eh? It is my honor and privilege to address you on behalf of the Minister through the Permanent Secretary who requested me to come and stand on his behalf. The speech I'm reading is not mine. Let's take cognizance of that. This important occasion of the 52nd Library and Information Association of Zambia conference being held here under the theme, as highlighted earlier on, building resilient information services, innovation, inclusion, action in the age of artificial intelligence. I'm delighted to address this distinguished gathering during this transformative period. We are all navigating in the new dawn government under the able leadership of our dear President Hakainde Hichilema. We clap for that. Digital era is reshaping our landscape at an unprecedented pace. We have to embrace digital era, or else we will remain obsolete, which is very dangerous. I challenge each one of you to up the game towards this digital era. Ladies and gentlemen, innovative is a way we may have once thought impossible in our daily activities, but we realize it has come to stay. Therefore, as stewards of knowledge and facilitators of access, we are at the heart of this transformation. We have a very important role to play, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important from the outset to recognize your extraordinary dedication to preserve knowledge, enabling access to information, and promoting long life learning in our communities, and indeed on our own, because we need to update the information. You are not merely custodians of books and data. You are champions of democracy, equity, and informed citizenship. We have a duty to ensure that we avail the information. Remember, there is a law which talks about information access. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in an era of rapid change, as earlier indicated by the first speaker. The global pandemic, climate disruption, economic shocks, and now the accelerating evolution of artificial intelligence, all these forces continue to test the resilience of our institutions. And yet, time and again, our libraries and information centers have adapted, endured, and led the way. We clap for ourselves. This resilience, ladies and gentlemen, as we know, is not about resisting change. It is always difficult for people to adapt to change, but we must attune ourselves to this change because it has come to stay. It is about responding with purpose. It is about responding for a purpose. Therefore, we must appreciate this change. It is about strengthening the foundation of trust, access, and service, even as we innovate. In this, you are setting an example for all public institutions. Today, I'm witnessing a meeting for Zambia. Welcome, Zambia. We have come from all provinces, different institutions, quasi-government, and private sector, a sign that information is vital. Ladies and gentlemen, artificial intelligence is reshaping how information is created, accessed, understood. As government, with support from institutions like Smart Zambia, we have begun to harness AI to streamline services, enhance decision-making. Information is power, and if you don't have information, you are bound to make no good decision, and improve how we reach and serve our citizens. Whatever we are doing, the focus is to satisfy our citizens. But with this power comes great responsibility. The field of library and information science is at the heart of this transformation, as earlier indicated by another speaker. From intelligent cataloging to automated metadata creation, AI-driven research tools, to personalized learning platforms, libraries are not mere users of technology. They are becoming architects of a smarter and more informed society. Ladies and gentlemen, furthermore, allow me to indicate that as we innovate, we must also lead on ethics. We must not let information loose anyhow, isn't it? Because information, if it's left loose, it can be dangerous. It must be provided to those who dearly need it and for purpose which is to benefit the citizen themselves. Privacy and transparency are critical. I urge you as professionals, advocates, and educators to be vigilant stewards of these values in the digital age. Ladies and gentlemen, you agree with me that innovation without inclusion is incomplete. As AI advances, we must ensure that no one is left behind. We carry everybody. I know some of us, we were born some time back, we feel artificial intelligence is a hassle. It's a burden, but it has come to stay. Too often the digital device has become a knowledge divide. Let us work together to guarantee that information remains a right. Like I said, there is law now. People can access information at will, and it must be available in logical order, not just available, but in logical, so that it can serve the purpose. As earlier indicated, information is power for decision making. This entails expanding access to digital resources in rural and underserved areas. You agree with me, libraries are more like clinics. They are available in rural setups, which is very commendable, that our people can access the information in both local language and the official language, so that we leave no one behind. It means designing systems that honor diverse languages and cultural context. It also means equipping every citizen, regardless of age, background, or ability, with the digital literacy needed to navigate this new world. Ladies and gentlemen, libraries and information services are unique in their nature and uniquely positioned to bridge this gap. You are on the forefront, you are in the front lines of inclusion, and your work is critical to a more equitable future. Ladies and gentlemen, you agree with me that this conference is not only a forum for discussion, it is a call to action. Therefore, we have a duty to take this conference very seriously if we are to achieve the purpose why this conference was called upon. As a government, we stand ready to support you through funding, policy, and partnerships. More importantly, creating enabling environment. We recognize that resilient information services are not a luxury. They are a foundation for economic opportunities, civic participation, and national development. We must therefore work together, invest in digital infrastructure and skilled information professionals, encourage innovations that aligns with public values, protect the rights of users in a data-driven world, promote collaboration across sectors and borders. Together, we can turn today's challenges into tomorrow's opportunities if we take or embrace this AI. In closing, let me thank you again for your leadership, vision, and unwavering commitment to serving the public good. As we build resilient information services in the age of AI, let us be bold in innovation, intentional and inclusion, and united in action. Ladies and gentlemen, you are a wonderful group included in this AI, ensuring that what we expect for the nation is really going to be achieved without doubt with the professionals of your caliber. The future of knowledge is not something that will simply happen. It needs your participation to the fullest. It is something we must shape together. I thank you, and I wish you a productive and inspiring conferences. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to declare this important conference officially opened. I thank you.
Thank you so much, guest of honor, for speaking to us and encouraging us to be resilient. At this point in time, let me call the cultural group to give us just a short, I hope they're getting what I'm saying. Like short performance, 5 minutes, and the counting starts now. Yes. I can see smiles, which means they have done justice. Yes, they have done justice. Thank you so much, cultural group. At this point in time, I want to take the honor to invite Dr. Ngalande, who is going to raise Mr. Mlauzi to give the keynote address. Dr. Ngalande, sir.
Guest of honor, the high table distinguished guests, we are excited as Astria Learning to join the team of LIAISE here in Livingstone to discuss the topical issues, not only in the country, but on the globe. And as has been said by several speakers, we are happy that we're having this discussion now before it's too late. And so we are all expectant to listen to the keynote speech, and it's now my honor and privilege to welcome the keynote speaker to address us. Mr. Mlauzi, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. The guest of honor, the President, the Library and Information Association of Zambia, may simply ride on protocols already established. Yeah, on behalf of the Zambia Information and Communications Technology Authority, ZICTA, I'm honored to deliver this keynote address at the 52nd Annual General Meeting and Conference of the Library and Information Association of Zambia. We are especially delighted to contribute to this year's discourse on a timely and transformative topic, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is increasingly gaining momentum within Zambia's technological landscape. Both the public and private sectors are showing growing interest, driven by AI's immense potential to accelerate economic growth, enhance operational efficiency, and improve service delivery across a wide range of sectors, including library and information management. Ladies and gentlemen, at its core, artificial intelligence refers to technologies that enable machines and computers to mimic human intelligence and perform cognitive functions such as learning, reasoning, and problem solving. AI systems, whether on their own or integrated with technologies like robotics and sensors, can execute tasks that traditionally required human intervention. Common applications include digital assistants, autonomous vehicles, GPS navigation systems, and generative AI platforms such as ChatGPT. And I'm sure some of you are already using some of these platforms. AI as a discipline encompasses fields like machine learning and deep learning, which involve training algorithms to make increasingly accurate predictions and decisions based on large data sets. These tools are now driving transformative change across Zambia. Though still in its early stages, Zambia is steadily witnessing the emergence of AI-driven innovation. In the agriculture sector, for instance, AI is improving productivity through precision farming, leveraging data from drones, sensors, and satellite imagery to optimize planting, monitor crop health, and manage inputs more efficiently. Some startups and NGOs are already exploring AI for climate adaptation and pest control. In healthcare, AI-powered diagnostic tools are being used to analyze medical images such as X-rays and CT scans, enabling quicker and more accurate disease detection. AI-enabled telemedicine platforms are extending health care access to remote communities, addressing critical gaps in infrastructure. In education, AI-driven platforms are enabling personalized learning experiences, particularly in underserved and remote areas where traditional access to quality education remains a challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, turning to the field of library information management, AI is poised to significantly transform operations and user engagement. AI tools enhance information discovery, automate administrative tasks, and personalize user services. Libraries and information centers, especially in universities and large institutions, are leveraging AI to manage data more efficiently, streamline cataloging, and ensure that users can access the right information at the right time. This allows library and information professionals to focus on more strategic and value-adding functions, ultimately improving the overall user experience. Looking ahead, ladies and gentlemen, the future of AI in Zambia is promising. A key milestone was achieved with the official launch of the National Artificial Intelligence Strategy 2024 to 2026 on November 21, 2024 by the Ministry of Technology and Science. The strategy reflects Zambia's strong commitment to harnessing AI for economic development and improved public service delivery. The strategy provides a clear roadmap for AI development, covering critical issues such as data privacy, cybersecurity, ethical AI, research and development, digital skills development, and sectoral application. As policies mature and infrastructure improves, we expect to see growing AI integration across sectors. In the future, we anticipate the establishment of AI innovation hubs, research centers, and startups focused on AI solutions tailored to Zambia's unique needs. While AI may possibly displace certain jobs, it is also expected to create new tech-driven roles. As such, education institutions and professional training programs must adapt to equip Zambians with relevant skills in digital literacy, data science, and AI competences. Importantly, AI holds the potential to address major social challenges such as poverty, healthcare access, and education inequality. Advanced applications could support food security initiatives, remote healthcare delivery, and improved access to information. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, allow me to state that the rise of artificial intelligence in Zambia presents transformative opportunities across all sectors, including library and information management. The successful integration of AI depends on the development of supportive ecosystem comprising robust policies, digital infrastructure, and a digital skilled workforce. As Zambia embraces this digital revolution, the benefits for innovation, inclusivity, and national development will be significant. To my colleagues in the library and information profession, I urge you to embrace AI not as a threat, but as a tool for empowerment, innovation, and improved service delivery. As ZICTA, we pledge to support and work with you as professional body throughout the AI journey. Together, we can shape the future of information access and management in the AI era. I thank you. Yes, with the indulgence of the Director of Programs, we just also wanted to take advantage of this August Assembly and just share with you, maybe in 5 minutes, especially on some of the key issues around security, especially as library and information professionals. Maybe some of you would have been victims of even some of these cyber crimes. Maybe some of you have your accounts hacked. Maybe some of you have been victims of this investment fraud, so you don't even know where to run to. At least even as I finish outside, we can still interact so that at least we continue to collaborate together. So I'll share this presentation. I may not follow through the structure of the presentation, but I think just to bring out the key issues. I think right now we have seen that there's a rise in social, you can go to the, we have seen that there's a rise in social Okay, thank you very much. Just a quick one. In terms of ZICTA, we are a regulatory body created by an Act of Parliament, ICT Act number 15 of 2009, primarily to regulate the ICT sector. Then we have got also the Electronic Communication and Transaction Act. With regards to cyber security and cyber crimes, I know that the President assented to the cyber security legislation. So very soon, actually, there will be a Zambia Cyber Security Agency, which will be mandated to look at the issues around cyber security in the country. Of course, at the moment, we're still doing those issues until when that institution is fully operational. That's what I wanted to bring out. Yes, so when it comes to social media, we are seeing that it's cutting across, and the global connections, business driver, and then there's to us, what we are seeing now in the country, that we need now to start focusing more on digital hygiene. I'm sure, was it last week, the other 2 weeks, you are seeing what is happening on social media. That was the purpose why Zambia or ZICTA regulates the ICT, so that we start seeing people sharing obscene materials, in as much as someone also produced that content. So there's this obsession, actually, when you look at the social media culture of hostility, insults, tribalism, character assassination, humiliation, cyberbullying, and hate speech. I think to us, we're talking about digital transformation or even AI. Let us use AI for good and some of these applications for good. But that's what we're seeing on this, most of these platforms. Misinformation, fake news, sometimes influences some people's opinions, and even especially cyberbullying. Of course, some people like also having likes, a lot of likes. When we go on these social media platforms, others say, I've got 5,000 friends, 10,000 friends. Are you sure I've got 10,000 friends? Do you even know those people you call as friends? Maybe you're also inviting some cyber criminals, because in most cases, those are the same people now who come to attack you. So I think let us also be important, as we click this, maybe to gain validation, we need to be careful with the people we recruit on these pages. So in today's age, we are seeing that there's a lot of financial loss, emotional distress, and reputation risk. Not long ago, maybe probably heard of the 𝐻𝐻 fraud scheme, which was an investment scheme, and I think they were talking about cryptocurrency and all these issues. A lot of people were sending money, and I think a lot of people have lost a lot of money. I was at a trade fair quite recently. People came, 93. They said that lost money by investing in that 𝐻𝐻 investment. Now I asked them, did they even do due diligence? Is 𝐻𝐻 registered in Zambia? So we should not be quick to rush for these investment scams. And I think even some people were recruiting, even from churches and other people, say, no, it has worked for me. So we found that actually a lot of people lost money. So we are seeing that there's a lot of financial loss and reputational risk. So what is causing this? In most cases, it's the way we treat our information, our personal identifiable information. In most cases, we post this information online, our NRCs and everything, and then maybe if a scammer calls you or somebody calls you, said, obviously it is ZICTA, obviously it's the service providers, but we forget that sometimes we are on these WhatsApp groups where we have posted this information. And at times when people post on social media, on Facebook, to say, I've got this hot video which is trending, can you please those who are interested in this video, can you please send your numbers maybe to a certain number which is calling for that? And a lot of people have sent for that. At that stage, they are harvesting that information. So our personal identifiable information includes our name, NRC, where we stay. If we don't handle it very well, it becomes difficult. Do you know that nowadays there are a lot of information sources? In banks, people force you to write those names in those books. Who keeps those books? Probably even in our workplaces, we have got those registers, those like a database with names, NRCs, and contact information. How are those books disposed of? Sometimes they can be platforms where people get those books and then they start targeting, especially if there's useful information. And it has become very easy nowadays. If I want to know you, I don't even have to go to some of those applications to say, okay, even if I save my name as a fake name, it's very easy nowadays. All I have to do is, if I have your number, I'll pretend I'm sending Airtel money or MTN money. I enter that same number, and it will show me the name of the person. So even these scammers, they know that trick. They can even call you by name. How are you, Mr. Whatever, the ABCD? If I want to know Madam here, I'll just ask for her mobile number. I pretend I'm entering, I'm sending Airtel money. It will bring me as long as the SIM card is registered in their name, it will give me their names. So I think we should not worry so much about where they get this information. But I think what you do is what is important. Are we responding to scammers' instructions? For instance, if your WhatsApp has been hacked, your WhatsApp cannot just be hacked. Why hasn't maybe Madam's number been hacked? It's either you clicked on a code or you responded to some instruction by the scammer. So that's why it's important that we need to know how to respond to some of these issues. So those are some of the things that impersonation scams. A lot of people are impersonating government officials, sometimes it is an exchange commission, but in most cases, sometimes we don't do our due diligence. And when we are receiving that money, we'll be very happy. But when now that money has been stolen from you, start saying, what is the police doing? I think but when you are eating that money, when you received, it worked for you. Why didn't you tell? Maybe Bank of Zambia? So in most cases, that's what happens. Romance scams, sometimes we want to belong to somewhere sometimes. And if I want to know sometimes how you are feeling, I just need to go on your DP, on your WhatsApp. In most cases, if you are happy, you are going to put just a messaging you post there. It will tell you that today that person is happy, and sometimes, or this person is sad. So even the scammers, they'll know that this person is sad. Maybe they need some romance scam. Then they start sending messages. They appear to be loving you, and then you say, actually, yes, actually, I like her. Yeah, I like this person. They're more romantic. Yes, scammers are more romantic, and they'll pretend until they win you, such that you start even sending money. And then now once you start sending a lot of money, one day you just find that they have switched off the phone, and that's it. So others are even very, very important. And even when it comes sometimes to even in churches, because we post a lot of things on our Facebook and social media platforms, even those pastors sometimes they'll even see and profile you, so that when you go there, they'll tell you, yes, go deeper. Yes, I think you are suffering from this. Don't you suffer from this? I think one time you were very sad. You lost a relationship. It's because the information is readily available on most of these platforms. So we should be very careful. I think we should be very careful with how you deal with our information. And some of you, talking about now password, some of you normally say, no, me, I live an open book. My life is open. I've got nothing to hide. I've got nothing to do. Then you don't even put your password on your phone. You don't have a PIN on your phone. We are living, ladies and gentlemen, we are living in dangerous times. If somebody steals that phone, there's sensitive information. It goes down. You are discussing sensitive information about your organization. They'll go there. Or sometimes there's incriminating evidence. They can go and access that information. So to us, a PIN is a must. So even if you are married, I know sometimes these things bring problems. Say, no, but what are you hiding? Why have you put a PIN there? There's something you're hiding. No. If at home we buy expensive dogs, we have got an electric fence, we have got CCTV, all those security channels, we put them. But when it comes to a phone, which we stay with 24 hours, others even literally sleep with the phone on their bed because they're scared maybe their partner will get it from them. Then you don't even put security there. Because our phone is the most valuable asset. So what we are now emphasizing, have a strong password. If you are worried that maybe if I'm involved in an accident, they won't know how to contact my next of kin, you can write in your book, or you can always be moving with your names and put in the car. They are going to contact your, the next of kin. After all, I've seen on some of these accident sites, instead of helping the victim, people start looting. So I think, to me, let us just have a password and PIN on your gadget. So, do we have two-factor authentication on our phones? All those on WhatsApp, how many have got two-step authentication? Wow, it is encouraging. Then I'm happy. It's called two-step authentication because it has got 2 layers of security. Just like when you have got a wall fence, electric fence, maybe a grill door. So it delays the process for whoever wants to steal the information. So WhatsApp has got OTP, one-time password. So if for some instance somebody calls you to say that actually you are in this religious meeting, so at 18 hours you're going to have a meeting. So I'm going to send a code to you, then you click on it. If for some instance you click on that code, but you have activated two-step authentication, they are going to fail to take over your number because they will still need to enter that PIN to access that information. But if you don't have this two-step authentication, the moment you click on that link, you are gone. They take over your page and they can do anything. And we have had embarrassing things. Others will put pornography, they'll put other things, they'll start soliciting for monies, and by the time sometimes you try to say it's not me, the damage would have already been done. So it's just important. I'll show you how to do it. It's there, I've got a slide. So these are just some of the scams which are happening on WhatsApp. Others will send QR codes or the coupons, lottery and giveaways. Sometimes you respond to them. They tell you you have won 10,000. For you to access the 10,000, send 2,000. Me, I always tell them, do simple arithmetic. If you're indeed to have won 10,000, just say, okay, fine, send me the 8,000. Remove your 2,000. But sometimes we are quick to look for that 2,000 so that they even steal from us. Others who masquerade themselves at tech support. I work for Airtel, MTN. Can you send, or can you enter these digits? Then you start entering the digits. Unknowingly, you find that you enter your PIN. Yes, it's you entering, but they'll tell you, and these are sometimes they happen with these merchant codes, a string of numbers. The moment you enter, it's gone. So remember what I told you. It doesn't matter where they get your phones from, but how you react to somebody who is calling you. If you react to their instruction, can you enter this, can you enter that? Who has allowed them access to steal from you? So is it 𝐧𝐶 or the police or the service provider or yourself? So the PIN is a secret. So as long as you keep the PIN private, nothing will happen. So that's a step for two-step authentication. Those who haven't done it, we'll share these slides. First you enter settings, then you go to account, then you are going to see two-step authentication there. Then it will say enable, you click enable, and then you can enter the number. Please don't forget that number, but it should be very strong, so that at least at some time, WhatsApp will always ask for that number sometimes, so you have to remember it. And once you do that, it is going to help you at least to secure yourself. I'm about to conclude. Then when it comes to complaints from the consumers, sometimes they don't know who is the regulator in that space. There's Bank of Zambia, 𝐧𝐶, and Zambia Police. When it comes to money, who do you think is the regulator? Bank of Zambia, yes. So whenever you hear Airtel, 𝐧𝐶. Airtel money, Bank of Zambia. MTN money, Bank of Zambia. MTN, 𝐧𝐶. Zamtel money, Bank of Zambia. Zamtel, 𝐧𝐶. But in most cases, we are finding that we are receiving a lot of backlash, a lot of insults for money-related issues. So those money-related issues should go to Bank of Zambia. First, direct them to mobile money. To us, it's the SIM card. If it's a SIM card which is in violation, I'll show you the things we have put in place. We are able to block that. But when money is lost or there's a reversal, it's Bank of Zambia. But they come to ZICTA, but we still take them to Bank of Zambia because we've got a collaboration framework. Then in terms of the Zambia police, the investigating agents, all criminal-related issues, it's Zambia police. And then ZICTA at that time was doing forensics. If, for instance, a phone has been reported in a crime scene, then they bring it to ZICTA, and then we extract the evidence. But with the coming of the Zambia Cyber Security Agency, I'm sure they will be the ones doing all these forensics. So it's just important. Just like on the road, we have got, who is responsible for the roads? I think it's RDA. But who is responsible for traffic control and monitoring? Probably it's RATSA. Then those who are violating the roads, who is responsible? Zambia police. So even to us, ZICTA, it's the infrastructure. But there are other players on the market. So if it's the insurance, there will be those people responsible for insurance. If it's money, there will be those people responsible for money. So the regulatory responsibility does not change regardless of the media which is used. But we find that as long as it is ICT, it is shifted to ZICTA, even if we are not the ones with that mandate. Those are the issues at ZICTA we handle. Loss of airtime, poor quality of service. I'm sure you heard recently we find one of the service providers, was it 5.1 or 5.2 million? That is our forte, that's our space. And that one we have, yes, we'll continue doing some of these issues. Depletion of bundles, that is our space. SIM card registration, that is our space. These promotions, not the fake promotions, that is our space. And poor customer service within the ICT sector, that is our space. So anything of a criminal nature is Zambia police. We can only provide technical support. Anything of a money nature, it is Bank of Zambia. So those are the issues which we are supposed to handle. But probably maybe we are very efficient. That's why sometimes they lump everything on us. No wonder we take them on board. Then that's just a complaint cycle. When you have got a complaint with a service provider within 7 days, then they have to resolve it. If they fail to resolve it, they escalate to ZICTA, and then we deal with those matters. We're also seeing that there are a lot of theft of mobile phones. I don't know where you're coming from, but in Lusaka, the thing is quite rampant. Through our platform, last year, we recorded about 20,000 complaints, cases of lost phones, those which went on the short code 707. As at first quarter of this year, 8,000 reported stolen phones. So the people who are stealing phones, one, it's about the value of the gadget. Number two, it's the information. The value of the information on the phone is more expensive. It's more valuable. If you have got, you're belonging maybe to 20 WhatsApp groups, to them that is value. They can steal from those people. So that's why, remember, I told you, if you don't put a pin, they will go there, and then they start sending to the contacts. No, I'm the GCO, actually I'm stranded here, I had an accident, can you send 2,000? And you know that is your boss. You won't even maybe sometimes question. You quickly release the money. So that's the trending crime. So yes, there's that issue of theft. There's also in terms of sensitive data, and there's also SIM swap fraud, where they now swap the SIM card so that they steal from you. Others resell for the value of the phone. So that's a black market. Most of these phones which are stolen in Zambia are sold across. Even if you report the matter to the police, chances of that phone being recovered sometimes is nil, because the phones stolen from Zambia are sold in Tanzania. Those stolen from South Africa are sold in Zambia. So there's this illegal trade of these phones. So it's something we're trying to address. But so even if sometimes you lose the phone, it's not a guarantee that it may be found. It could have already crossed the border. So that's one of the challenges which we are facing at the moment. So one of the issues which you need to do when your phone is stolen, we have put a mechanism, *707#. How many know it? It's worrisome. If you receive those messages, impia shabalanda na shisa, impia sha AI dash fuma, where do you send those? Do you just block those numbers? So those numbers which send you those messages, you should not just block them. Because if you just block it on your phone, they'll steal from maybe your brother, who should be brother keeper on the network. So what you need to do is, there's this short code, *707#. You can try *707#. is a short code. You need to report those people who are sending those scamming messages. Last year alone, 90,000 SIM cards were deactivated through the platform. We are doing very, very well. These are numbers we would have stolen from people. I know sometimes when the short code was established, some men started blocking the ladies as scammers, because sometimes maybe you have got a date, you are here in Livingstone, you invite somebody, no, can you come to Livingstone? I'm attending a conference. Then all of a sudden you send money, that person switches off the phone. You try to call, they block you because they have received the money. So people are now using *707# and reporting ladies as scammers. But now what we have done is to avoid that abuse, when you are reporting *707#, you have to enter your NRC, and then you put that number which sent those messages. Because most scammers, the phones they use, the mobile numbers they use are registered in other people's names, so they don't know the NRC. And ever since we put that facility, we don't have now those scamming complaints. Then if maybe for some instance, you are here in Livingstone, you are at Limpos, maybe at 22 hours, 23 hours, your phone is stolen. What you need to do, quickly, if you are with your friends, just find out, are we on the same network? Then you start the process, *707#, choose option 4. Option 4 is for stolen phones. When you choose option 4, then you are going to enter, those are the steps, enter your number, the one which has been stolen together with the phone. You enter the number and the NRC. That number will be blocked instantly, and you are going to protect your mobile money. But if you are going to wait and say, no, the phone is ringing, I think it's the police, I'll tell Zikta. The time you'll be waiting, they'll go to 𝐧𝐝, they borrow against you. Mobile money, they borrow against you. They start making calls, they borrow against you. And there are times where people will tell you, no, I found it, come with Yango, I'm at this stage. You try to go there, they'll change location. So they're just trying to buy time. So the first thing you need to do, even before you go to the police, *707#, option 4, have your SIM card blocked. Don't worry so much about your phone. It may be found, it may not be found, but protect your contacts. If you don't do that, you are going to have double crime. Your phone has been gone, and that's what has been happening. So I think to us, it is important. So as I conclude, one of the issues you need to take care of is your identity. Are your SIM cards registered in your name? If your SIM cards are not registered in your name, you are using another person's identity. According to the Cybercrime Act, you are committing identity theft because that is not your identity. So have your SIM cards registered in your name. And it's very simple. For you to know how many SIM cards are registered in your name, you dial *101#. The number is there. *101#, it will show you how many SIM cards are linked to your NRC. So for instance, if it shows 10 and you just have one SIM card, then it means that the scammers are using your identity to send in Pia Shabaland and whatever. And when the police save a search warrant, they'll come to you. So sometimes these are some of the challenges because we still don't have a digital identity card. So *101 is per network. For now, 10 SIM cards per subscriber per network. So if you find that the count is more than the ones you have registered, please involve your service provider so that they switch off that, so that you protect your identity. And even for some of us, if your SIM card is not registered in your name, one day you'll find that it is off or your phone is stolen. It will be difficult to convince the service providers because you'll go with your NRC, but the NRC which is attached to that number will be different. Others have lost money like that. So let us exercise cyber hygiene, please. Right now, there's that trend where people are just circulating some of this obscene material. I think let us be good ambassadors and ensure that actually we don't do that. Let us put a pin and we safeguard ourselves. It is your responsibility also. ZICTA will do its part, but if you don't do your part by putting in some of these measures, it will be very difficult sometimes to assist you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, keynote speaker. That was really interesting. And the last parts, people were very attentive and they were getting. Yeah. So we are grateful for the keynote address given, and we appreciate the gesture of your coming. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to ask one of us to give a vote of thanks, to thank the dignitaries that came to offer their support to this conference. So at this point in time, allow me to welcome Madam Angela Mulaskwanda to come and give a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Director of Programs. The Honorable Minister of Education, distinguished guests, colleagues in the library and information profession, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to ride on the protocols that have already been established. Good afternoon, everyone. It is both an honor and a privilege to deliver this vote of thanks on behalf of the Executive Committee and the entire library fraternity gathered here today. Allow me first to extend our deepest gratitude to honor the Honorable Minister of Education for gracing this important occasion and delivering such an inspiring and thought-provoking address. Your presence here today speaks volumes about the ministry's recognition for the vital role that libraries and information professionals play in national development. Your speech not only affirmed the importance of innovation, inclusion, and action in shaping resilient information services, but also challenged us as custodians of knowledge and enablers of learning to rise to the occasion in the age of artificial intelligence. Your emphasis on aligning library services with national educational goals, embracing digital transformation, and ensuring equitable access to information is both timely and visionary. You have reminded us that resilience in our profession means more than adapting to change. It means leading that change with purpose, creativity, and inclusivity. Honorable Minister, your words have inspired us to reflect, reimagine, and recommit ourselves to building information ecosystems that are not only technologically advanced, but also human-centered and socially responsive. As we continue with this conference, we carry with us your message and the assurance that we do not walk this path alone. With continued collaboration between the ministry, libraries, information institutions, and all educational stakeholders, we are confident that we can turn the vision of resilient and inclusive information services into reality. Once again, thank you most sincerely for your presence and support. May your words today ignite a lasting impact in our profession and beyond. I thank you.
Thank you so much for that vote of thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, this looks like we are coming to the end of our session for this. We started in the morning, we are now in the afternoon. We are going to do one last thing. We are going to do a group photo. Yes, we're going to do a group photo outside. And I want to believe by now all of us have been given meal coupons such that when we are done with the group photo, we are going to go straight to the restaurant to have our lunch. So, can I confirm that everyone has been given, of course in exception of the high table,